Hello. Welcome back to my channel. It is Mela on Mars, but you could call me Mela. And a long time no see, guys. I said I was going to do the props tutorial like a month ago. Well, a couple months ago. I'm so sorry, guys. Honestly, it's, life was life. But without further ado, it is time for the props. This has been highly requested, and today's accessory is going to be a lollipop. So I'll put the link to this in the description, but essentially what you want to do is you want to download an accessory. I'm pretty sure you guys will probably want a tutorial on how to create accessories or convert a Sims object or a CC object to an accessory, which I might do in future, but this is just like how to animate with an accessory that is already an accessory. Okay, so go ahead and download this. I'm gonna do it fresh so that you guys can also come along with me. Okay, so I've downloaded it here. As you can see, just show in folder. As you can see, my Sims my package files are already routed to Sims 4 Studio. So all I have to do is double click a package file and it will open in Sims 4 Studio so that I can export it. If you want to know how to do that, just find a package file, right click it, click open with, choose another app, press more apps, go down, look for an app in PC, and basically you want to find wherever you've installed your Sims 4 Studio. So for me, I have it here, and then I go down and I click the application and open. So that way, anytime I double click a package file, my Sims 4 Studio will open. So essentially, here is the lollipop, and you'll find whatever accessory. It doesn't have to be a lollipop, but if you want to follow along, you'll find the accessory, and you will go to meshes and press export mesh. And then we're just gonna save this in my prop tutorial, and we're just gonna call it lollipop mesh. And it helps to add the name of the creator because you might get confused. But yeah, so you export the mesh of the lollipop. Okay, now we're gonna go back into Blender where we have our default rig. If you haven't seen my tutorial yet on how to use the fixated rig helper, please go back to part 1. And I run through how you set this up, but you should have your default file with the auto keying gone and everything. And what we're going to do is we're going to come up to here and we're going to go file, we're going to go append. And just to remind you guys of what appending does, appending is bringing, an object from one Blender file to another. So that mesh that we just exported, so we're gonna go find where it is now, lollipop mesh, come down to object, and then we're gonna click the Sims 4 Studio mesh, which is the actual object. Great. Now as always, you can delete the prop bone, and yeah, this is where we get into it. This rig is what came with the lollipop. You can delete that too. Okay, now when you first import an object, it might not appear. Let me show you what might happen. You might just do what I did and boom, object is invisible. That means you're in workbench, so the materials are not, loaded. What you need to do is you need to come over here to render, looks like a little TV, and then come over to render engine and change that to either Eevee or cycles. I would just leave it on Eevee, and yeah, the lollipop is in. Now you want the lollipop to move with the rest of the body. So what you need to do is you have to click Sims 4 Studio Mesh for the lollipop, come down here to this wrench icon, and then change from object to rig underscore adult, not the plus, the adult. What we're doing is we're attaching this to the bones of this sim. Okay, don't put it on rig plus because that's the controller, remember, just put it on rig underscore adult. So now when we go over to pose mode and we move like the wrist, let's say, the lollipop is moving with it. Way. Okay, so it's as simple as that. Any accessory you put in here, come to modifiers, and basically this is like what bone it's attached to, and you will change that to rig_adult. Now if you want to see what bone it's attached to, you would come over here to data, the data tab. You have to make sure you're in object mode for this, and you'll basically see the vertex groups that are assigned to the lollipop. So this lollipop is with the right stigmata bone. Now quick talk about difference between stigmata and other ones. You preferably want to find an accessory that is attached to the stigmata bone. This is because stigmata has a lot more movement. So this is the stigmata bone on the helper, and when you move this, the lollipop moves. And the great thing about this bone is you can animate it, you can rotate it. It has a lot of freedom with where you place it. Now a lot of accessories are usually attached to either the stigmata or maybe like a finger bone, which means if you move this finger, the prop would move as well. It all depends on the type of animation you're trying to do. I love an accessory that's attached to the stigmata. It gives me a lot more freedom, but it's not the end of the world if it's attached to the ring, if it serves that purpose. Okay, so anyway, this is the stigmata. It works like any other bone. If I go across the timeline and move it here, the stigmata will move the lollipop to there. Okay, so let me just delete that. Basically, that is the hardest part done. What you would do is you would animate, you'll make an animation like normal. So I'm gonna speed through and make a quick animation. Okay, so yeah, see you guys soon. Okay. I'm finished with the animation. This is what it looks like. Okay, very simple. I kind of like was a bit extra with adding all the extra movement, but I'm trying to work on making my animation smoother and like a bit more fluid. So anyway, we're gonna follow the steps that we always follow to export this now. So with a prop, it's the same thing. You don't have to really worry about the prop. I would just hide it and then I would export as usual. So if we're gonna go through the exporting, we'll look at the first frame, the last frame, around 450. So shorten it. Then hide the rig plus, unhide the rig adult, select all, go to pose mode, press I to keyframe lock rot at 0. Oh, press A, press I, then go to the last frame, press I, and then file, save as, lollipop animation, I don't know, like done. And if you want to, completely optional, you can smooth out the keyframes a bit if you want to. So the way in which you can do that is how I taught you before. Go pose, animation, bake, deselect only selected bones, press visual keying, clear constraints, press OK. And then the timeline should bake it all, and then control tab with your mouse in this bit, and then pull this up. Use your control button and your middle mouse wheel and like zoom in, like move your mouse side to side so you can see all of the curves, and then right click, interpolation mode, Bezier, and then Alt O a couple of times if you want to smooth it out. I'm just going to do it once, and you can see that smoothed out the curves. And then if I play back, yeah, that made it a little bit smoother. So then you can just make sure all of your bones are selected, file save with the mesh hidden, and then we're gonna go into Sims 4 Studio, come back to the main menu, press animation pack, go to our mods. I'm just gonna call this Lollipop tutorial, press save, and then do what we normally do. So I'm gonna put in my icon and then put Lollipop tutorial, go to clips, Lollipop idle, import an icon, and then we're gonna import the animation. Done. Okay, and then I'm gonna see you guys in game to test this out. Okay, we are now in my game that took like a million years to load up, but you know. And my world's looking so empty right now, but wait, in my sim self save. So we're gonna have her try out the animation, but essentially what you wanna do is you wanna, oh, look at her, so cute. You wanna load up Sims, and then we're gonna look for the prop. So what I like to do, I wouldn't call it a hack, but I usually like to load it up and see what category it's in. So it's in rings, and then I look for, you know, the thumbnail. So otherwise you could be searching forever if you've got a lot. I've got a lot in my thing, so do you know what I mean? But yeah, whilst I'm scrolling, should I talk on, well, whilst I'm scrolling, I can tell you guys, like, I've been filming Ride or Die. I guess that's something to talk about. I'm like halfway through. I have like this big party scene that I have to film, which is very, very long and exhausting. When I finish this, I'm gonna get back to filming. But yeah, for those of you that have just been seeing tutorials on my channel and not wondering where the hell is my stuff, like my series, Ride or Die will be coming shortly. I should have it done by like, I don't know, I want to say like 2 weeks if I'm really on top of filming and I don't procrastinate as I have been. But oh my gosh, where is this accessory? Yeah, oh, here it is. Yeah, so it should be done in like 2 weeks, I want to say. There it is, and her leg, lol. But yeah, Ride or Die should be done in around 2 weeks. I'm doing the party scene, and then yeah, essentially in terms of schedule for my channel, I'm focusing on Ride or Die until I'm basically at the finale episode, just because I feel like Ride or Die has been my most popular series, like off rip, that people were just like, oh my gosh, I love this. So I really don't want to like stop it and do other things, because everybody's always asking me when's Ride or Die, so I might as well just keep going with it. Anyway, my little yap sesh is done. This is her Lollipop, and yeah, we're gonna try out the animation. But I hope so far you guys have been following with me in terms of the tutorial. Props aren't too hard. The hardest step would probably be like creating props, which I could put a video in the description. She's so cute. I could put a video in the description of like a tutorial that I use to learn how to like turn objects into accessories and stuff like that. But in terms of me teaching you guys how to do that, you're not going to see that for now. But, you know, let me know in the comments what other tutorials you would like, and I'll get to it, you know, eventually. So yes, Lollipop tutorial, Lollipop idol, and then if we just... Oh, she's so cute, isn't she? Okay. And there we go. Perfect. Yay. And that is basically how you would... It's so smooth. Like, what? I'm actually getting really better at like smooth like movements. Ignore the plumb bob, eel. Like, I feel like I'm getting really good at smoother movements. It's giving, you know, seductive. It's giving, don't fucking play with me. I love it. Okay, and I could put this in the description. Well, I could put this on my Patreon if you guys really want like a, if you just want the animation. But that concludes the tutorial pretty much. Thank you so much, guys, for rocking with me. And I'm so sorry it's taken so long for this tutorial to come out. And great outro news. I've created a Discord server called Meliverse, and essentially in there, if you join and you're having any issues, I have a channel called one-to-one support. I'm more than happy to sit with you guys in VC and help you with anything that you're confused about, whether that's to do with Blender, whether that's to do with Sims, animating. I'm more than happy to help, guys, honestly. So free support, like, who doesn't love that? So I will put the link to my Discord server in the bio. Feel free to join. In there, there's a lot of resources as well, especially for Blender if you're into that type of stuff. I don't know, but yeah, man, love you guys, and that is me done. Bye.